United Nations. Welcome. While we are very happy to be with Malala today, we have a very good reasons, and listen to good reasons why we should commemorate and celebrate this day today. First, we are here with Malala, who has been inspiring leader to promote Millennium Development Goals. Second, we have 500 days to go before we meet the target of Millennium Development Goals. And then I know that we have 500 young people here. So where can we have a better opportunity to celebrate and commemorate this day than with 500 young leaders of tomorrow? And thank you very much for your commitment and your support for education and Millennium Development Goals.
We're going to talk to Malala now. I think we just heard the Secretary General reference the fact that you were here just about a year ago, giving that speech that none of us will ever forget when you were just 16 years old. And here you are, back in the very room that you were in, and you have seen the world. You and I were both just in Nigeria together. You have traveled from country to country, talking about the ability, but in many cases, unfortunately, the inability of women, young girls, to have access to education. Talk a little bit about what you've seen, what you've heard from all of those countries, and the girls who so badly want to be in classrooms.
Well, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to be here and speak in front of 500 young people. It's a great opportunity for me, and thank you so much to Secretary General for this honor. And I'm really happy that once again we are here talking about education and what we can do. So 500 days are left, but that does not mean that after 500 days we won't do anything. But now we have sustainable development goals. So that's a great thing that we will continue the campaign for education and we will speak for it. Last year I was here, I gave a speech, and I shared my story, and the story of thousands of girls who suffered from terrorism in South Valley, and how the girls fought against that terrorism and how they fought for their education. But this year I'm here to share my story with you, what I have done this year, and it was my dream to see every child going to school, and it is still my dream. For that reason I was thinking that what is the best way to which I can do it. The first goal is to do it through advocacy, to reach the responsible people, to tell them that their responsibility is to listen to their people, and now the people are asking them, let's focus on education, make sure that every child is going to school. So I do advocacy, and then we also do work on the ground, and that's why we have set up the Malala Fund, through which we are working in countries like Jordan for the Syrian refugees. And when I went to Jordan, I met so many amazing children, but those children were deprived of education. In Yousafzai there are 100,000 people, and among those 60,000 are children. And for those 60,000 children, there are only 3 schools. And I met Mosul. She wants to become a journalist. She has so many big dreams, and she's encouraging every child in her camp, going to their tents and telling them, send their daughters to school, send their sons to school. So I'm really hopeful that every place where I go to, there are so many incredible children, girls and boys, who are speaking up for their rights. When I went to Kenya, I met amazing guys who love their books, who love their pens, and who love going to school. I haven't seen such love ever before, and I saw how education has brought change in their community in Masai Mara. First, they used to think that the person who killed more than one man would become a Maasai warrior, but now they have changed that idea. The person, the girl or the boy who gets a high degree in education, who completes his education, would become a Maasai warrior. So they changed the whole concept of bravery. Now, braver is a person who gets quality education. So I have seen sadness as well, because when I went to Nigeria, I saw so many girls. I saw the parents of those girls especially who were abducted by Boko Haram, and those girls are still under abduction, and there are more than 200 girls. And I also met the escapees, and when I met the parents, they were crying, and all they wanted was to see their daughters back. They said, bring back our girls. And the girls, I asked the girls that, are they going to school now? Is anyone taking care of their health? Is anyone helping them to come out of the trauma? And their answer was really helping these girls. So when I went and met the president, Goodluck Jonathan, I highlighted these two issues, and then he made two promises to me. Number one was that he would definitely meet these girls, which he did the next week, and their parents. And the second was that he would make sure that the government tries its best to meet, to make sure that the girls are released as soon as possible. So, but still, I was not sure whether the girls would be helped or not. That's why we started projects there as well. So we have been doing these projects in Nigeria, in Jordan for the Syrian refugees. We started our first project in Pakistan, which is my homeland and where I was born. So we started our project in Swaziland for those girls who are suffering from domestic child labor. And when I was in Pakistan, before I was attacked, I was doing a campaign for education, and that's why I was appreciated and supported by the government and people, and they encouraged me, and I was awarded. And when I received the National Youth Peace Prize in Pakistan, I was returning back home, and on my way we stopped our car and we said, let's buy some oranges, and there was this beautiful view. I could see mountains and valleys and those things. But then I saw a girl as well who was sitting there, and she had a nail in her hand and a paper of advertisement, and she was just trying to write something with it and just pretending that she's in the classroom and she's learning. And when I went nearer to her and I asked her, is she going to school? And her answer was no. In fact, she was selling oranges with her father. And I wanted to see that girl going to school, not studying oranges, but rather going to school and learning biology and learning where the oranges come from, and knowing what skills does she have and knowing what talent does she have. Because if she does not get education, I would clearly see her future would be getting married at the age of 13, 14, then having children and becoming a mother and then a grandmother, and that's all her life. She would never realize that yes, she is also a human being and she has an identity as well, and she should be accepted in society and she should be treated with equal rights. She would not know it if she does not go to school, and she thought like as a woman that's how she should be treated. And getting married and these things were quite common for her. But I wanted to see her to get education, and that's why I promised myself that I would help all the children to go to school. And it was my dream to see those children who are suffering from domestic child labor going to school, because in the morning when I would go to school, I would see little children going to rich people's houses to clean their houses, to clean their dishes and to clean their clothes. I wanted to see them with books and pens and wearing uniform, holding a school bag and learning. I did not want to see them working on the streets and working in other people's houses. That's why we have now started a project in Pakistan in Swat Valley, and we are educating girls. We are giving scholarship to those girls who are suffering from domestic child labor. So I'm really happy, even though the number of students who are now going to school through the work of the Malala Fund is not a big number, because as you said, there are like 57 to 58 million children who are out of school. It's a big goal, and for that reason we have to work for it together. And when I went to Trinidad and Tobago, it was my recent visit, I really got hope, because I went there and their education is free. Primary education is free, secondary education is free, tertiary education is free. And even if you want to do masters, half of the money is paid by the government to that extent. And I was totally surprised that this is a country, Trinidad and Tobago. It's a rich country, not very much rich, but it has oil and it has gas. And it's using that money, not doing corruption or any other thing, but on education. And this is how it is developing. It is developing its country. This is how it is progressing. On the other hand, there is Nigeria. Nigeria also has oil and gas. It's a very rich country in that terms. But in Nigeria, there are 10.5 million children who are out of school only at the primary level. And then the secondary level is worst. So I have this journey in 1 year. I know it seems like I have seen many places. But I also go to school, and I have to do a lot of homeworks. And I have brought my homework with me, so I can do 5 times and do it in between. So, and I have exams as well. But I also want to see every child going to school. And I know it seems quite difficult, but by working together, we can soon achieve this goal. And through my experience, I have learned that children really want to go go to school. Whenever I see a child, that child does not want anything else, but just a pen, just a book, and wants to learn.